Hi guys, welcome to my channel Lush Gardener. I hope you guys are fine and are safe. So today I will be separating the offset from this mother plant. As you can see, the pups are getting slightly congested. I do not want to uproot her and put in another pot, so I'm going to let her grow in this pot, but I will be separating the offsets. Now the offset is, there are two of them. Actually there are three, but the middle one is a very small one, so I'm not going to separate that offset, but I'm going to separate the ones that are slightly bigger. So first, the most important thing is you need to find the stem, which can be slightly tricky. And once you locate the stem, as you can see over here, this is where the stem is, so I'm going to separate it right from there. At times you might break some leaves, which is absolutely fine. There will be new growth over there, and very gently cut it off. So the first one is separated, and I will also cut off the second one as well, because even that has reached a good size. You can see this. So now the remaining part, now always remember you should never water this, because you can see there is an open cut over here. There is one open cut over here and there is a second open cut over here. So never ever water it immediately, otherwise there is a chance that the mother plant will start to rot. And the next thing what I'm going to do is, so that I can dry off the wound faster, I'm going to use some cinnamon powder, and I'm going to just put it on the wound, the open cut that we have. Just going to put a little bit. This is just in case if there is any kind of infection, or if there is any fungal attack, just as a precaution. I'm going to add the cinnamon powder on the cut, and this will also help dry the wound or the cut faster. So I've applied cinnamon powder on both the cuts. As I said, I'm not going to water it immediately. I'll wait for another 2 to 3 days, or I would say another 4 or 5 days, because the plant is well hydrated, so I do not need to water it right away. So I'll wait for 4 or 5 days, and then I will do the watering, most probably bottom watering. But till then, the cuts on this plant will get healed, because we have also added some dry cinnamon powder. So this is how it tends to look like. Now the mother can concentrate on her growth. There is another pup which I'm going to leave it as it is, because you can see the pup is really very small, and if I'm going to cut it off, it won't be able to put out roots and might dry out much faster. Again, might, at times it might root, at times it might not root, so we do not want to take that chance. And here are the two pups that we have just separated. You can see they are of a good size, and we are going to let them callus. This will again take another 2 to 3 days. Now this is optional. I don't say that you have to do it, but it's just optional. If you have cinnamon powder handy, you can always touch the cut part with the dry cinnamon powder. You can just rub it on the wound like this, and just let it callus. This basically will help, because cinnamon powder is known to be a natural rooting agent. Apart from that, it has a lot of antifungal properties, so it can work out very well. So both of the ends are touched with a dry cinnamon powder. Now it's going to be kept in indirect bright light. I will let them air root, because I usually prefer my cuttings to air root before putting them into the soil. So they are going to air root. It will take another 2 to 3 days for them to callus. So then, depending upon the environment and the type of succulent, it will start to root. I have another cutting over here that I had done a stem cutting, a beheading, a few days back, and you can see now it is starting to put out some roots. This took around I think it took around 2 to 3 weeks for it to root. It does not have a lot of roots, but yes, it is starting to root. So this is how I tend to air root it, and you can see the plant is pretty much well hydrated, so I'm not much worried. I'm going to let it air root for another few weeks, and then I will put it into the soil. As of now as well, I can put it directly into the soil because the roots are already present, but I'll just wait for another few days. So this is how I'm going to keep them aside for few days. And I will quickly show you another update as well. Now these are some more of pups that I had separated from the mother plants, and you can see they're doing quite well. This is my Purple Delight. You can see it's doing extremely well, and these are some more of pups. We have Graptoveria marpin, we have Echeveria elegans, we have a Luella. A lot of these are marpin, and these are my Graptoveria, which are called as red moonstones, but I'll put the actual name on the screen. So these are some Graptoverias that I had put in, and they are doing quite well. These are all of my Graptoveria marpin. I think this is a Seduveria, I'm not quite sure, but you can see all of them are doing quite well. This is my Golden Glow, slightly dehydrated because it does not have roots, but very soon it will start to open up once it gets roots. So I'm going to water it. I'll do bottom watering for this. So these are all the pups that are doing quite well. Very soon I will introduce these as well into this, but right now I'm going to let them air root because they do not have roots, because I'm going to water this container very soon. So you can see all of them are doing extremely well. So this is how I tend to separate offsets. And always remember, compared to leaf propagation, separating of offsets, stem cuttings are much faster and they tend to grow much faster. But again, not all the varieties, it all depends upon what variety you are propagating. Like for example, Graptoveria marpin, they tend to propagate much faster with leaves as well as with stem cuttings and separating of the offsets. So it completely depends upon the variety of succulent that you're using. So guys, that's all about it. I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe and keep propagating.